Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you very much, Amina, of course, for organizing this and inviting me along. I feel very privileged and very proud to be part of this group of ladies. First of all, just to go back a couple of steps is I've spent many years working with the differently abled community, more specifically the intellectually disabled community in Bahrain. So I was working as support volunteering within the centers that support intellectually disabled youth and even younger than that. So over the years, what I did was I created, it was initially unofficial, called Bahrain for All. And my idea and the vision was to make everybody inclusive. So create an inclusive group of people that included many of the different nationalities that we have in Bahrain, but also include the differently abled community. Because one of the things that amazed me is when I first came here is how many nationalities, how many ethnicities live side by side in Bahrain. So if you were to go into Manama, and I really hope that you can all visit, within sort of 15 minutes, you can walk to a mosque, to a temple. There's the synagogue, you've got the Buddhist temple as well, we've got Sikh temple. There are all these different sort of people of different faiths and different nationalities all living together. Everything is celebrated. So throughout the year, we just get bigger and bigger because you have to celebrate Christmas, and then you have Thanksgiving, and then you have Diwali, and then you have something else. And the list is endless. So it's absolutely fascinating that now with the Abraham Accord, we can now also, join us, have a new group of people join us. So currently we are 40 different groups of people under Bahrain for All. And the idea is that Bahrain for All is run by the people. I sort of manage it, but what I do is I get the communities to actually interact. Because although all the communities were here, they didn't really speak to each other as much as perhaps they do now. So what we did was we got them together, and it was a learning process, learning about each other's cultures, different faiths, different traditions, different cultures, which everybody, I believe, should be proud of their own culture, their tradition, however they've been raised and brought up. I actually grew up in North London, in Golders Green. So for me, the Jewish community has always been very close to my heart. And I remember years and years ago, when I used to come home from school and on the Sabbath. So I would go around and, switch off the lights and stuff. And I'd come home with all these sort of chocolates and sweets and biscuits. And my mother was like, "You're shameless." And I'd go, "Well, they gave it to me. They gave it to me." And even currently in London, we've got a rabbi on each side, on the left side and on the right side. So I grew up within that community anyway. It was nothing unusual. When I came to Bahrain, I remember it was in 1990, I went to an exchange place in Manama. And I remember the head, Mr. Nunu, said, he said, "You won't see me tomorrow, it's the Sabbath." And I actually thought he was joking. And that's when I realized that there is actually a Jewish community and there's a synagogue here in Bahrain. So the idea of Bahrain for All was, again, get rid of the borders. We are all friends. We are all essentially want the same things in life, but we all have an individual identity, and that's fine. So what we did through Bahrain for All is we created events. So we have mass events where we get each group, they do their own sort of artistic impressions. So it could be a stage show, it could be music, it could be dance, it could be art, whatever it is. And we basically learn from each other. We appreciate each other's cultures. And all of this is, again, including the intellectually disabled community in Bahrain. So I hope that we can really talk about what we can do next, because, of course, everybody's got different needs and wants and, different attitudes to whatever. But I think Bahrain for All really showcases the unity we have in Bahrain based on the diversity. So we would like to take this across with you ladies and see what else we can do and gain momentum on it. And it's lovely to see all these different things that are going on across the world and all the different people that are actually working on all of this. And in fact, even for example, there are a lot of studies, but when I look at Dr. Anna's study, I mean, these are all very, very relevant. And I think it's very important for all of us to kind of learn from each other, and Dr. Kuiljeit as well, and everyone that's spoken about how we can actually expand upon this. And hopefully we can go forward together. Thank you.